Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. Now, me and Rory just been sat down having a cup of tea talking about the Champions League. And we were wondering, when is the next English team going to win the competition? Now, we both think
this year, Chelsea.
We both think, obviously, that Chelsea are going to win because, we're biased like that. But we thought we'd get a couple of different opinions in, maybe to spark up a bit of a debate. So we've brought in our very good friends, CheekySport. Don't forget to subscribe to these boys. The link should be somewhere around here. And lads, you both, neither of you are Chelsea fans, are you? So, me and Rory are going to nail our colours to the mast and say Chelsea are going to be the next English team to win the comp. But let's start with you, Joel. What do you think, mate?
Well, I want to say Arsenal, right? I just instinctively, I want to say Arsenal.
Yeah.
But, seeing what I saw yesterday at the Emirates, after...
It's great, wasn't it?
Yeah, you would say that. I will have to go with Manchester City.
Yeah.
Because I think with Pep coming in, you've got an unstoppable force there. He's fit for the project. That's what it is, right? It's a project. He's going to have a lot of money to spend.
Yeah.
Personally, I think, no one's going to win it this year, but if you're looking at the next 2 or 3 years, he's going to have to win it at some point, and I think he'll be the first.
So are you dismissing English chances this year?
Probably, I don't think the English teams are strong enough, unfortunately. I would like to see an English team do it. I really would, I think the closest we have is Man United winning the Europa League,
Right.
But besides that, if we're talking Champions League, I don't quite think that English teams are strong enough this year.
Do you think Chelsea, obviously we've got home leg coming up against PSG, we've got
Yes.
the away goal.
Yep.
You don't think maybe an early goal out the bridge and we could sneak through?
I think Chelsea can definitely beat PSG. Honestly, I believe it's at home,
Yeah.
It's one of those big games. It's the big game that you've been waiting for. But when you see what Barcelona were, capable of, even after a not so classic Barcelona performance, we can say, when you got a guy called Lionel Messi in your team, anything's possible, And yes, I know Chelsea beat him a few years ago. Torres, 90th minute, final goal, winner, 3-2. All of that, great moments in that. But I think they're even stronger this year, honestly.
Well, Dave, as we know, you're a Man United fan.
That's right.
Hail from the north, obviously.
Obviously, you can tell by this accent.
Yeah.
So, talk to me. Are you throwing the United gauntlet down for that?
I think it's obvious to say City. I think the whole country was it's Man City. Pep Guardiola's going over there. I think it's way too obvious. You understand what I'm saying, to say Manchester City? I think we've got to look at certain things here, and we've got to be real and honest. I think even the Chelsea fans at home watching this are going to agree. Manchester United are getting a world-class manager, probably the best manager in the world, which Chelsea fans will probably 100% agree with next season. And the reality of the fact is, Manchester United, the Champions League is part of Manchester United's history. We've done it before. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to look at history to know what's gonna come ahead. Yes, we're right now on the down, and we've been on the down. But the truth is, Man United also went like 16 years in history without winning the Premier League again. I don't think it's gonna happen like that again. I think with Jose Mourinho at the helm. You see what I'm saying? Listen,
why did you look at him?
Because I had to say because I looked at him because you know what I mean.
He wanted to see him cry, didn't he? That's why.
There's a love and passion for Jose. You see what I'm saying? And the reality of the fact is,
But can I ask? And this sounds like I'm mocking, and I really hope that I really don't want it to come across like that. It's a genuine question.
Yeah.
Are Manchester United going to be in the competition next season?
Yeah, but the reality of the fact is,
the
question is, I don't think an English club is going to win it next season. I don't think we're ready at the moment to win it. That's the honest truth. I think Barcelona still have their dominance over it. I think the European clubs have got much more time on their hands to prioritise the Champions League over their league. Our league is like the most competitive there is. Yeah. And once you've got teams out there like Barcelona with an incredible squad that isn't actually aging that much, I think they still have a period. They have their period right now. But I think the next English club, I've got to say it's Manchester United. I've got to say it's United. You know what I mean?
Of course he's going to say
it. Right, Rory. Right. We need a bit of sense. We need a bit of sense after these two. Now, come on, be the voice of reason, mate.
Look, I think an English club at some point is going to win the Champions League again. And I genuinely don't see why the next winner hailing from these shores won't be Chelsea. Yes. I genuinely don't see why. I think if you think that Chelsea can overturn PSG, and you suggested that you did see a possibility for that. Yeah. Also, I think, just to come back to what Dave said, I think you make a really good point about certain continental clubs having time to focus on this competition. But I think it was actually to PSG's detriment that they don't have competitive games on a regular basis. You know, they've walked
the league.
The
Is too
league's
easy.
over.
Yeah.
They're not up against
Right.
the talent of that they're used to playing in the Champions League, and it's to their detriment.
I can agree with that, but they beat Chelsea 2-1. So even in I can
But
agree with
that's
that.
not necessarily a good result.
Yeah, but they still won 2-1.
Yeah.
I understand, of course, you got the away goal, but
half-time
I'm saying 100%. It's 2-1 at half time, and I'm saying that, you know, as bad as their league is, to be honest, they've shown, they've shown by winning the game.
And you know what? They've done that in the last few seasons. Fair enough. I know that, you know, you've beaten them as
We've beaten
well.
once, they've beaten us once.
But they've been strong in the Well, when I say strong, they've been decent in the Champions League in the last 3 years. I mean, they rarely get knocked out.
They've spent a
through
load
losing.
of money to get,
I think
to get to that level, though, haven't they?
Yeah, I know, but I think the thing with PSG, we have to. It's not about PSG, but you know, their players are starting to age as well. So, you know, who knows? That could be a factor.
PSG actually feels similar to Manchester City. I feel that at some point PSG are going to win a Champions League. They're building a squad, and I suppose to be slightly less biased here, I think the same, sadly, goes for Manchester City. I think at some point in the next decade, Manchester City will win a Champions League.
But not before Chelsea do.
But not before Chelsea do. Because, so forgive me for looking like a football nerd here, but I've done some calculations.
Some algorithms.
Done some algorithms. And if Chelsea have a fortunate, if we get past PSG, if we're then fortunate enough to play, I fancy the winners of the Zenit Benfica game.
Yeah.
You're then in the semi-final, and then we know anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Anything.
We proved that in 2012.
Yeah, it's
So,
true.
The truth.
so
It's
if
the
you're
truth.
if you're going to push me to choose a team to win the Champions League,
Which we are.
if the bottom line here, if the bottom line of this question is, who will the next team be to win the Champions League from England?
Yes, that's the question.
The answer is definitively Chelsea.
Good lad.
It is.
Oh.
It is because it's a realistic possibility this season.
Yeah.
That's a
Manchester
solid
City are
point.
falling apart.
It's
Manchester
true, they're in it
United
to the
aren't in
point.
it, and Arsenal are out.
They're in it to win it.
Yeah, Arsenal.
So therefore,
they're never gonna
logically,
get it.
Yeah. I mean, I would love. Don't get me wrong. I feel like anything can happen, right? I really do, and I have to say that, being who I am, I have to. You know, I feel
Is it,
that.
whoa.
But I
Sorry,
feel like,
I'm going to just have to. Are you suggesting there that Arsenal are in with a shout of knocking Barcelona out?
Hold on a second. I'm saying we could go there and we could win the game, but I don't think.
In a similar way to the way you do it at Bayern Munich every year. Or
Excuse
whatever.
me, we're still beating them. You know, still a win, right?
Hollow victory.
Still a win. Still a
Very hollow
win.
victory.
We've probably got the best record against Bayern Munich in Europe at the moment, right? I'll take that. Right? Someone will say typical. Of course, you'll take that. You know. But it's like when you. I reckon we can go to the Nou Camp and win, but I don't think there's going to be an Alexis hat trick. I hope there is, but you know,
More likely to be a Messi hat trick.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Let's be nice. Let's be nice. I'm still hurting from yesterday. You know.
One thing we haven't really taken into consideration yet is, as much as we probably all hate to admit it, it's looking more and more likely that Tottenham might sneak a top four maybe this year.
Top four's a definite.
Have they got any right to be included in this? Who will the next English team be?
No,
absolutely
Or should
not.
we just dismiss them
No,
off the bat?
I don't think they have obviously, it's not even just what I think. They don't have the experience in the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? They're in
back to
there.
the point
They're
you
trying to
made,
get
history.
there to make up the numbers.
Yeah.
To get that cash money. You understand what I'm saying? That's the reality. That's the reason as to why Tottenham are trying to get back in there. Obviously, for Tottenham fans who want to get a bit of pride in that for being in the Champions League, but in all honesty, they'll be there to make up the numbers. They're not. I mean,
I reckon.
I agree.
I reckon for them to be competing in the Champions League, it'll probably be like 2 years, 3 years from now. When I say competing, that's competing at the stages where guys are getting to the knockout stages.
I would go so far as saying that 3 separate English clubs will win this tournament before Tottenham get into the last 16.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, you're gonna be looking back at this.
I would go that far.
In like 8 years.
But yeah, so just Jack, do me a favour.
Yes.
Let's get a bottom line here from the lads, because our opinions here are going to be pretty in tune with everybody commenting. And please comment, let us know what you think here.
Yep.
But I think that generally people commenting will agree with us. But the important thing here, and the brilliance of football is you know, the debate and the disagreeing and the bias tribalism that comes from it. I like that. And that's why it's great to have you guys on. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
What do you, if bottom line, are you going Manchester United? Genuinely.
Heart of hearts.
Heart of hearts, Manchester United.
Okay.
Heart of hearts.
If Arsenal get a couple more players,
Oh, no. One word
that's
answer.
fine.
If my auntie had
then
colours.
they can definitely. Honestly, they can do it.
Okay.
But I don't feel like Wenger's going to do that anytime soon.
I think you've just
So I'm going to
undermined-
have to go, unfortunately, Manchester City.
Okay, that's you've just rescued that. And Jack, you're presumably
Bottom line, Chelsea. I think, as mad as it sounds, we're in the competition this year. So
we're
in
the
my,
best place
in my
in the
eyes,
competition.
there's no time like the present.
I agree.
2012 all over again. Yes, please. Let's have some.
Absolutely.
Please, let's
Guys,
have
thank you so much for watching. And as always, please comment below. Let us know what you think. And remember, give Cheeky Sport a subscription right now. It's a wonderful channel. It's probably my favourite channel on YouTube, aside from the Chelsea Fans Channel.
Hey!
Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. It's with great pleasure that I can welcome Tim Rolls into our studio.